All right, we're gonna have to get to the. We're going right into the depths of two people. Uh, the woman who played is the pigeon lady, and the guy who played as a police officer, and a father and a husband. We're going to like we'll go through like those news. The news I have to go through right now is more than saddening. So we'll take you to the lady who played as the this actress here. She played as the what was that, the pigeon lady in Home Alone 2 here. This has this has been in from People magazine that Oscar winning actress Miss Brenda Fricker, who was beloved for her role as the pigeon lady in Home Alone 2, dies at the age of 81. She won an Academy Award for the Best Supporting Actress in 1990 for her role in My Left Foot. It was 2 days ago. It was like previous Thursday. Let me go read this to you people here. Or you want me to know about what happened with Miss Brenda Fricker. She died at the age of 81. She won an Academy Award in 1990 for her role in My Left Foot, alongside another actor who another actor who I didn't even know who was working with her is Mr. Daniel Day Lewis. Okay, Brenda Fricker, an Oscar-winning actress who became well known in America for her role as the Pigeon Lady in Home Alone 2, who was working alongside former child star and actress not I forgot former child star actor Macaulay Culkin. She was known for working alongside you know let me explain to you about what happened to her, man. Let me tell you about Brenda Fricker. Brenda Fricker, I remember watching the Home Alone 2 movie growing up as a kid back in the early 90s, back in the 90s growing up as a kid. But it was out in theaters after the very first Home Alone that came out. This was Home Alone 2. So the thing about Brenda Fricker, let me tell you about her. She is this Oscar-winning actress who became well known in the American soil for her role as the Pigeon Lady in the Home Alone 2 movie, has died at the age of 81. Okay, there's some two things I had to read to you in a statement to the British Broadcasting Channel or British Broadcasting Company or whatever you call it. Uh, Phil Belfield, who was an agent for Brenda Fricker, has said that we will never see her like again, and the world is lesser for the lack of her. I was honored to know, love, and work with her, and she will always have a place in my heart and in the heart of so many film and TV fans the world over. He just added, and this is more what you hear about. Uh, per hello, Belfield, who was Fricker's agent, said that the actress had passed away following a period of ill health. This picture here, that's a picture of Frecker. This was been taken by Getty Images, dated back years. Uh, she won an Academy Award for the Best Supporting Actress in 1990 for her role in some sort of British American film that or some type or some sort of series that she was featured in. It was called My Left Foot, in which she played as the mother of Daniel Day Lewis's character. Per the Irish Times, that she was also a steady presence on television with the roles that she had portrayed on the BBC medical soap opera was called Casualty, and she was in films like Omag and A Man of No Importance. I gotta keep going with this. But but for a certain set of audiences, Frecker was best known for her role as the reclusive Central Park pigeon lady in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Well, the movie was filmed in the East Coast anyway, especially in New York. But this was this was prior to COVID-19. In a 2020 interview, Frecker has opened up about the holiday season, how the holiday season was. She opened up about how the holiday season was so a challenging time for her. She lived she lived alone. She lived by herself. Well, she say she say in appearance on the Ray Darcy show. She said that I would be lying if I said that it would be a nice and happy Christmas because I'm old and I live alone. It was difficult for her. It was difficult for her to go through this type of thing. You know, she added something that she was going to that she was going to let the world she was going to let the world find out about. She added and said that I just turned the phone off and put the blinds down. I do pre-record some good programs and I have my dog and I get myself through it. I get myself through it that way. I don't want to be sounding kind of negative, but it is a different kind of Christmas. That's all. But elsewhere in the interview, man, she said that Christmas itself was not all that difficult, but what came after it was. This is more than what she had already added to. She said that, what do I find very difficult is New Year's Eve. She continued and said that by remarking that there was no one to turn around to hug or smile at when her local church bells rang at midnight. At midnight, it means 12 a.m. to usher in the new year. She ended the interview by saying that I can't get away from the bells. When the host, uh, when the host Ray Darcy had noted that it was so ironic that her loneliness came at a time when so many families would be watching her in Home Alone 2. Frecker had noted that she bore a similarity to her character by saying, well, the pigeon lady was very much on her own. In recent years, Fwecker, Fwecker became a subject of a wildly popular meme thanks to her resemblance in Home Alone 2 to interviewer Piers Morgan, with the news anchor clarifying a 2020 interview that it was not. Oh, so stupid computer. That's what we're going to work on. Oh, that was like 3 days ago. That was like 3 days ago. Man. Yeah, especially, rest in peace to Irish actress who has been to an Irish actress who has been who has a career has been spanning for 6 decades on stage and screen, Miss Brenda Fwecker. All right, we're going. I'm gonna type in a name of a person who was like a television icon who played as Officer Smith in Sanford and Son, and played as Lester Jenkins on 227. Mr. Hal Williams. I don't even know how old he was anyway. Jeez. Oh yeah, his real name is Halroy Candace Williams. Well, I found something. Let's go. Let's do something. they already showed me something about how old he was now, about how old he was now. So before he passed away. Well, 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 well. They already choose the year of where Mr. Halroy Candace Williams was born in. I'm gonna put out the name. All right, put the name down here. Let me see if I can put out the date of birth that they put down there because Wikipedia has to be confused about something. They're confused over the date of birth, so they chose the right type of date of where he was born in. They go act like it wasn't even the right date for me to freaking type. So what? They chose it for us. Oh yeah, 4 days. Yep. Yeah. He died like at least 4 days before Brenda Fricker. These two people died separately. I don't know why. Let me see if I can go to the news here on People Magazine here. Let's do this one now. This is two different pictures of Hal Roy Williams. See, this is his picture when in the 70s when he was standing alongside Howard Platt who used to play as a character on Get Smart in the 1960s. Before in the 1960s, man, anybody remember Howard Platt who was standing alongside Williams? This is after Get Smart was canceled. After Get Smart was canceled, he was there in the 70s when Hal Williams came to play the role as Officer Smith. Well, Smitty is like an alias that they chose to pick. And there's a picture of him from last year. From last year, he looked a little different from who he once was back in the 70s. So this it's like you want me to know that Mr. Halroy Williams, is looking back at the legacy of the character that he portrayed as uh, as a Los Angeles cop on Sanford and Son in an interview just days before his untimely death at the age of 91. Or you asking that, or you want me to know that Williams has said that Sanford and Son had a real humor and so giving the viewers one laugh after another, or you want me to know that he was also starred in 227 in the 1980s and the old TV series that came out. It was called. It was a TV series or a movie. It was Private Benjamin. Williams had always kept the character. He kept that name. He kept the legacy of that TV show, Sanford and Son, in a space in his heart. In his heart, he always kept that space in his heart. A special space in his heart is Sanford and Son. So we gotta find out what's really going on with him. Date back to like I don't know. I don't know what happened there. Don't ask, don't tell. I'm gonna continue reading this to you. Williams. Williams, who died on July the 15th at the age of 91 at his home in Rancho Mirage, California, uh, spoke to an NBC affiliate WKYC in Cleveland, Ohio, just days before his death. The interview that he had shared, it was shared online. That was on July the 10th. That Williams had remembered what made a TV show like Sanford and Son such a classic, because the humor was so real and wasn't artificial, and it was generally funny, like three times, funny, funny, one laugh after another, all the time. He told the hosts, uh, you know what I'm saying, Sanford and Son starred Red Fox. Red Fox, who was like a comedian, you know what I'm saying, and you know he was known for these raunchy acts that he did back in the days. You know, he used to work with Walter Williams and Do Tell Records. You know what I'm saying? Well before he got the spot in the '70s, he played as Fred G. Sanford, and you know Demont Wilson, rest in peace, as his son Lamont Sanford, uh, adapted from the BBC series that was out before that. It was called Steptoe and Son. The series also featured this man right there standing alongside Howard Platt, um, who played as Officer Howard Hoppy Hopkins. Is is Halroy Williams. Halroy Candace Williams. He played as Officer Smitty Smith. So as you know, the characters has a character that Howard Platt had portrayed as Howard Hopkins. Howard Hopkins, they call him Officer Hoppy. This was already been taken. This picture was already been taken during the episode of Sanford and Son. This was courtesy of NBC and NBC Universal. It was from the photo bank. But R.I.P. those brothers, man. R.I.P. to those brothers, man. Damn, you can't even keep this man alive for one more year before he passed on, man. See, the anchors have started asking Williams what Sanford and Son was like behind the scenes by adding that Williams had said that uh, that working with Fox, a stand-up comedian who was so known for his raunchy act, must have been a little bit of a treat. Did Williams start joking to Fox? Let me see what he said. He said that I can't really tell the truth. He joked of Red Fox, who have died in 1991 at the age of 68 or 65 years old. I don't know. He was in his 60s. He remembered that Fox preferred working off working off of a live audience and didn't want to rehearse during the week when there wasn't one. This picture here was taken from NBC and NBCU. So we got more to the little to the news here. Instead, during the rehearsals, Fox would practice some of his blue comedic material that he performed in Vegas. And Williams said this like, "We got that for free." The anchors have asked Williams about working with Hoppy. The pair's dynamic would see Hoppy explain something in a highfalutin police jargon until Williams's Smitty explained it to Fred and Lamont in much simpler terms. We did it one time in rehearsal, and the producers thought it was funny. So the writers started asking us to bring us that stuff that was so current. He said he said after they did their routine in their first or second episode, it clicked. Some days we would come out to rehearsal. They didn't have anything. He remembered that they would tell them, like, fellas, go out and take a break for 2 hours and bring us something back. Sanford and Son, Sanford and Son, the TV show ran from 1972 all the way to 1977. Williams's interview was so in support of a reunion of Williams and Platt, who was like 88 years old. Who was like 88 years old. He was in support of a reunion of these on and off screen TV police officers from LA. You know, of Williams and Platt playing is Smitty and Hoppy. So, but Platt, who was like 88 years old, you know, but the reunion kind of held in Ohio on July the 10th and the 11th, where they also appeared alongside the Sanford and Son salvage truck from the series. Yeah, reflecting on his long career, which have included his 5-year run on the sitcom 227. He said that 50 years that I'd been lucky enough to do what I do in 11 television series, that's unheard of, really. He added that a lot of people didn't know about other work, other work that he did. Sorry, he added that a lot of people didn't know about other work he did, assuming he only did comedy because of Sanford and Son and 227, respectively, which have starred Marla Gibbs, Marla, Marla Gibbs, who played as Mary Jenkins, Jackie Harry, who played as Sandra Clark, and this other actress here, Regina King. Everyone knows who she is. Regina King, who played as Brenda Jenkins alongside those other people here, like Curtis Baldwin, one of the other people that was in the picture here. Curtis Baldwin, who played as Calvin. Elena Hall, who was in there. This other little girl who was already been featured in this picture here. Kia Goodwin. The main two people are now resting in peace is Elaine Reed Hall and Helen Martin. I mean, everybody knows Helen Martin. Helen Martin was known for being featured in the movie alongside the late Red Fox and Teddy Wilson in Cotton Comes to Harlem, along with Calvin Lockhart, who played is Deco Malley. Well, Helen Martin died in 2000, probably before and after the death of Elena Reed Hall, who was another actress who was featured in this show here. Let me explain this to you again. He added that a lot of people didn't know about the other work that he did, assuming he only did comedy because of the two TV shows like Sanford and Son and 227, which has starred Marla Gibbs here. Well, this is after she plays the Florence Johnston character on the Jeffersons, Jackie Harry, you know what I mean, and Regina King, alongside Kia Goodwin, Curtis Baldwin, and Helen Martin and Elena Reed Hall, who was playing as one of the characters. Like I think she played the character Rose on the 227 show. The show is so legendary back in the 1980s, man. It's a 1980s TV show that everybody loved to adore and watch. But he remembered that his agent, hearing from these producers, he's he was hearing it from his agent. He's remembered that his agent was hearing it from the producers. Like, why is that? Why is he hearing this stuff? They say that he remembered his agent hearing from the producers. They like they're just like saying that, oh, we know him. He does comedy, but he felt that well by saying the words like, we do not do comedy. We are professional actors. Yeah, you tell me what you feel about what's going on with Williams and his body of work. His body of work shows everything that he wanted to do. He wanted to do it just for the sake of doing television. That's his ethos. That's his experiment. Williams included. I can tell you about what Williams is doing. See, Williams, his other roles have included appearances on like the Waltons. You had the movie and the TV series is called Private Benjamin. You have On the Rocks. You have On the Rocks and the Sinbad show and the this TV show that's been out from the 90s. It was called Moesha. After his death, some of his co-stars like uh like Gibbs, Harry, and King, you know what I'm saying, had paid a tribute to Williams on Instagram. Let me explain to you about what happened to this guy. See, after his death, some of his co-stars paid tribute to him on Instagram. Uh, Marla Gibbs, who was like playing as the Mary Jenkins character, you know what I'm saying? She had remembered she had remembered that they met years before the 227 show when he was a part of a play at the Crossroads Theater. There's more here that I have to finish here. When 227 became a television series, I fought to make sure my character had a husband. Gibbs wrote that I'm so glad I did how Regina King and I became a TV family, a television family that showed the love, the strength, and the stability of a black family for 5 wonderful seasons. 5 wonderful seasons. But she continued and by saying that, but what I treasured most was our friendship. Even after the show ended, Hal had never stopped checking on me. He never stopped checking on me. We talked just a couple of weeks ago, laughing and carrying on like we always did. We still call each other Mary and Lester. We always still call each other Lester and what's the word? They still call each other by their character names, Mary, Mary and Lester, and they did still call each other by their by their portrayals by their portrayals of Mary and Lester after all the years that yeah. Yeah, Gibbs had mentioned that I never imagined it would be our last conversation. But Jackie Harry, who played as the Sandra Clark character in 227, she wrote that what a gentleman! How always carried himself with grace, and he always had me laughing. I'll never forget him. I'll never forget him telling me to trade in my little Mercedes because you're a star now. She wrote this and said this that he was also a stand-up guy who believed black fathers on TV should be loving like this, loving, present, and compassionate. That he helped to show that America what that looked like. Lenny Kravitz, yeah, he's like the son of the late Roxy Roker. You know what I'm saying? He had remembered meeting Williams when they did a play together. He said that as we grow closer, yeah, that's what he said. He said that like this, as we grow closer. That's word. I forgot the word grow. I messed up with the word grow. Let me improvise here. He said that as we grew closer, you became like a brother to my mother, and you fulfilled that role by becoming involved in my life. He wrote, noting that Williams would pick him up from school. And again, he said that I'm so blessed that we reunited in the last few years and we have shared more time together. Amir Thompson, who had to be Questlove, as Questlove, who had to be Amir Thompson, that was from the Roots. He's like a drummer. He also remembered Williams. He also remembered Williams as the nicest cat ever. Noted that Williams had played his father in an episode of the Parks and Recreation show. It's two things, bro. These two news briefs that was from people. I think I had to read this crap to get there. But what the hell? I'm just a guy who likes to preserve legacies of television icons and musicians from Parliament Parliament Funkadelic, you know what I'm saying, and things like that. Well, but I'm gonna do this for under 41 minutes. For the 41 minutes I had to do. I had to do under 41 minutes of this. Let me see. And this here, well, with my respect that we had to dedicate this live show just to end this video right off. Before I'm going to have to go back to playing Call of Duty. And this live show here is dedicated into the memory of television legend Mr. Hal Roy Candace Williams. Everybody called him Hal. He was born on December the 14th, 1938, and he died on July the 15th, 2026. And the television world and the television world, bro, the TV world owe this man a lot. They owe him more. They owe him a lot more. Just like they did Miss Brenda Fwecker. But uh but this but this is gonna be something I had to do. And this other guy, this not this other guy, this other person, this other person who was like, this woman here played as the pigeon lady on Home Alone 2 in the 1990s. Uh, Miss Brenda Fwecker. Okay, she was so born on February the 17th, 1945, and died on July the 16th, 2026. But rest in peace to Mr. Hal Roy, Candace Williams, and and the actress who played as the pigeon lady in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, Miss Brenda Fwecker. Rest in peace to you both.